again. I thought it might be fun to tell you a little bit about the voice that I hear. Actually, I hear a voice in my head, and it's always very loving and very kind, and I've been taking messages for about 25 years. I thought maybe I would read one of the messages that I received on August 27th, and it would give you a little flavor of my work. It's called United We Stand, Divided We Fall. For how long now have we been talking about oneness and unity? Now is the time to stand solidly together. We are living in troubled times, uncertain times, unpredictable times. Some of us will fall down to despair, depression, hopelessness, and frustration, while others of us stand tall and strong. When you are down, reach for a hand of your brother or sister. And if you happen to be weathering this storm in strength and love, reach out and pull the other person up. When we focus on the world around us, what do we see? The media tells us that the world is an awful place, filled with violence, lack, and hatred. But is that what's in your heart? Is that what's in your personal life? Probably not. Now then, here's the interesting, astounding, amazing thing about life. You can change it with your thoughts. Imagine that. How do we know that? Well, let's take an example of your past. You can imagine your past any way you want. You create it as surely as you create anything. Haven't you ever noticed that in the same family, under the same circumstances, one child feels happy and the other's never satisfied? Have you ever listened to the stories you tell yourself? I can't be happy because I have a right not to succeed because I had a bad... Well, dear ones, fill in the blank and keep yourself in misery's corner. But I won't join you. Like a good parent, I am telling you one thing. Stop hurting yourselves. Just stop it. You can, you know. Just tell yourself a different story. I mean, let's be honest now. Was your childhood really that bad? Didn't you ever get to eat ice cream? So again, tell yourself a different story. Make the fairy tale have a happy ending. Go ahead. I dare you. I am happy because I have a right to succeed because I had a good... Refocus that camera of yours. Put in a different lens. Maybe a rose-colored one. Toss the if-onlys in the trash. Yes, you know what I mean. If only I had, or hadn't done, or said, or wished, or chosen, then it would have been different. What would have been different? Your past? Only if you change your thoughts about whatever terrible, awful thing happened, will your past be different. Have you ever caught yourself feeling as if I'm the only one that this happened to? Now listen. Anything that ever happened to you has already happened to someone else. Did you ever think of that? Are you still in your ego state? Do you believe you're the only person to have lost a job, a lover, a wife, a husband, a child, a house? Reality check. The past is over. It doesn't exist except in your mind, which, by the way, doesn't exist either. Think about it. Where's the past? Can you touch it? Can you smell it? Can you see it? No, no, and no. The past only exists in your head. And remember, you can play with that. The past is like dough. You can knead it into anything you want. What kind of bread do you want to bake? Why not choose a delicious one? You're free. Oh, and let's take a look. Let's take a peek at that scary future. It's a horror story that you're telling yourself because you like to scare yourself. Let's look at that script. What if this or that bad thing occurs? You can go a long way on just that one thought, making up scenarios that don't exist and probably never will. Someone once said that 95% of what we worry about never happens anyway, so it's a waste of time. Here's how the future, frightening future, flopping process works. What if my employer doesn't pay me next month? Then I wouldn't be able to pay my rent. Now, if I can't pay my rent, I may be evicted from my house. Oh dear. If that happens, what if I can't find a place to live? Oh gosh, I'd be on the street in just a couple of weeks, and that's a dangerous place out there. What if I get beaten up like that man in the paper, or murdered like that other person? And my dog, what will happen to her? And the film of your imagination continues. Now stop and take a deep breath. Have a cup of tea. Laugh at yourself. You did a very good job of scaring yourself. Congratulations. Now, go ahead and play that game for as long as you like. Scare yourself and make yourself miserable, as if you weren't miserable already because of your miserable childhood. What a nightmare life is. Your life, anyway. So you see, the past is really over, and the future doesn't really exist. Well, in fact, nothing really exists, but that's the advanced course, and if you are still thinking about the past and still projecting into the future, you aren't quite ready for that yet. Where does that leave you? In the present, right? And that's where you've been all along. It's only your thoughts that have taken you on a little ride into Never Never Land. What meaning is there then in the present moment? That's where you are, after all. Letting go of the past and the future leaves you in a precarious state of mind, with nothing to complain about and nothing to imagine coming your way. So is this nothing space filled with nothingness going nowhere? What can you do to amuse yourself? During this time of stillness, dead in the water calm, should you imagine a better tomorrow where the earth is suddenly hit by a flash of make all your dreams come true energy and everything starts moving again? Well, yes, you can, if you choose to do so. Admittedly, lots of things seem to be blocked in people's lives, but also lots of people's lives are changing rapidly, so what's left? Earth life apparently holds nothing, or Earth life apparently holds only what you make of it. Yet, surely you see that things and circumstances change all the time, like a movie set. So what's left? The only thing that is truly meaningful, as long as you believe you exist, is to be loving. To see your brother or sister as coming from love or coming from fear. If he or she is coming from fear, imagine that the person is giving a call for help. Then put out your hand, wipe away the tears and fears from the other's face, and be loving. When you are living in the present moment, there is no fear. There is only love. So, when you see your brother or sister fall in whatever form that takes, put out your hand in love. For it is in the circle of love, which is formed by all of us together, that peace will become present on earth. United we stand in love and forgiveness. That's a message from The Voice that I take quite often. You can find them on the internet. You can also email me at my name, phoebe.lauren@yahoo.com, and I'll be happy to include you on my list to receive future messages from The Voice. Thank you.